What's going on, guys? So I have begun a new project. Obviously the new patrons know what's going on. I've started on the Nerf gun. I'm going to start on this. So one thing I did is I taped a whole bunch of pieces of paper together, traced out the shape of the thing, and marked where all the screws are, at least on the surface. And because I can tell how this thing is sort of layered, I'm starting with the grip. I've already got those out, and I'm using my screw separators to put them in the exact number. Like, this is this screw, just in case there's like, a couple mil difference between the different things. So this so far is literally just disassembly, figuring out exactly how it comes apart, goes together, and then what I might do, at least by the end of the day, is get the orange stuff, at least the visible orange stuff, primed in the black surfacer that I got the other day, because that will at least give me a good place to start. And then also I can figure out how to modularly work on these things, and also say like the faux flashlight, as it were. Come on, get out of there. Oh, I can actually screw that back together. So like there's a faux flashlight right there, but there's kind of room in there. I might could make that a working flashlight, or get a working flashlight and just sort of cram it up in there. I think I might have a small flashlight somewhere that might be around about that size. I think it'd be pretty cool, and then I could wire it up from the actual batteries. I mean, they take very little power, so. One thing I didn't expect was this little orange piece right here. I thought that was going to be totally a part of something else, but it's not. It's tabbed in right there. So I'm going to very slowly start taking this apart in ways that make sense. One thing that's pretty cool is it looks like most of this green section, even all the way to here, is all part of the same shell. And as far as I know, there's no screws from this side, no. So I'm going to try to time lapse this. I do think I could put the screws back together, because certain things like this handle, I'm not going to repaint this handle. It's exactly the color I want it to be. Stuff like that. Sorry, house is a mess. Once I get done with just the gun, I'll work on these as well. I would love to be able to get a light behind that as well, just to have it lit up, because this is just hollow, so there should be plenty of ability to make that happen. And last but not least, with the ammo thing, now mind you, I have two guns, one for me, one for the wife. I'm modding mine because I want it to look like the one from the game. And the thing is that this is too long. The actual thing should stop round about here. So I think what I'm going to end up doing with this guy is basically cutting all of this section out, like just straight across this like 1.25 inch chunk, just yoink, cinch this up, glue it together, however I have to do that. I know I'm going to lose some space, but realistically, like, the ammo stops like right here, so that's a whole lot of space that I think is just spring for the most part. And it half screwed together, half clips together, so this is going to be an interesting one in and of itself. And one thing I want to do, I want to grind off anything that says Halo. I'm okay with this, with the number being there. You're not really going to see it. I mean, I could try to knock it off, but I'm only going to get so far with that. I want to knock off the Nerf logos anywhere I can. I just hate when they put them on a textured area, because I can't reproduce that texture, which is the problem with up here. So this says Nerf, and it does on the other side. So what I think I might do, because all of that is textured, I might have to sand the shit out of it. Or if I could get like a high build primer that could fill it in and smooth that section off, I'll be okay with it, you know. But disassembly first, and then just kind of go about it as we do. And then if I have to draw anything on the inside, I'll do that. But I think so far, as it stands, it's remove that. Oh, this just popped off. So save that. That needs to be painted black. This is going to be captured on the inside here. So next I'm going to figure out exactly how and where the green stuff is all tabbed together. So obviously these screws here, and then probably going to take several of these screws to get it out right there. So I was trying to do it in layers, but I don't even know if I could do that. See, it's already kind of coming apart here, so maybe it's a little easier than I think it is. I'll use my spudger and be super careful to not break anything. Oh, so that's the other thing. It says Halo right across here. So I might, even though all of this is textured, I might have to just sand it all smooth, and then, or get a high build primer on it, so I can remove all the lettering, and then just sand it all down. Yeah, I think that might be what I have to do. I don't think this has anything on it. No, that's fine. So, all right, moving on. All right, obvious project. Our progress is obvious. So I've got all those orange parts that I was desperately trying to get out, including the little fake flashlight. Now, what I wanted to do is make sure I get at least a high, detailed picture of how this mechanism works. Make sure that I don't screw up the trigger and stuff like that, because that could easily mess up a lot. So I think as long as this is here and this is here, because I don't need to remove these except to protect them. Like I don't need to have them out, although I need this part, and I don't know how that's held in place just yet. I also need this part back here, the actual release mechanism. Like I said, the stuff inside doesn't need to be painted. I just need the stuff that you can see from the outside. But that wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. I mean, I've got the outer jacket kind of frame here, so this is good. So like I said, I gotta remove the Nerf and the Halo logo, which leads me to basically smoothing this out about as good as I can. But I think just ultimately today, if I can, I want to get all the orange stuff primed in black. I guess I'll have to see. I think just the first, like, I'll line it up with the outer shell and see exactly how much of the barrel I need to paint, because it doesn't have to be the entire thing. It's just got to be enough that when you show it through these slots, you see the black. So that'll be okay, I think. And then there's the trigger for that, the trigger for that, so that's all fine. Okay, so just basically the ejection flap. I need to remove the release button there. So I've got the first release button out. So that's mostly just clipped in there, kind of not actually useful. That's the one that actually does the ejecting. And then this little guy fell out on his own. So that's fine. And then, like I said, I don't want to have to remove. I guess I'm going to have to. I got to remove the motor to get that whole bit out. So that sucks, but I'll figure it out. What's up, guys? So, update video on the Halo rifle, and I've been working. So I got everything in primered black, everything, all the parts that were necessary. Everything got primered, and then I didn't film that at all. So then everything got somewhat of a coat of silver leaf, and then that's going to be undercoat for chipping. You guys can see little green spots. That's the masking goob. And then I also have it clear coated so that whenever I take some steel wool to it, it shouldn't go all the way down to the bottom. I just want to take off the top black layer, so like for these little ridges and stuff like that, all those other things I can basically reverse dry brush. Kind of what it is. And then, actually, I don't remember if I filmed it or not, but I got rid of the Halo logos and the Nerf logos, and where I left some divots because I ground in a little too deep, I'm going to go ahead and make that actual damage. And then actually, on this one, the Halo logo was down here, and smooth that out pretty good. There's still enough texture left on there to be interesting, so that's good. And then I have this guy painted in black silver. You can see a few dings here and there. Now the other thing I'm going to do on these parts, so after I get them in black, I'm going to add a color stripe to it, and then do a couple little more masking chips on it. And then after I get that coat on, then I'll remove all of the chipping stuff. And then all of the other parts over there, those have all been primed, they've all been silvered, and then I'm clear coating them because I forgot to clear coat them so that I can also do the reverse dry brushing as well. And I'm still on the fence, so I've got this, I realize I'm probably so muffled, semi-gloss bright gunmetal, which looks pretty good. I tried it out. I think that's probably going to be one of the three colors, so it'll be matte black, I think that color, and then one other gray color for like the main body. And then I'll be applying weathering and stuff like that. Or if I can dull down some silver, I might do that. I'm not entirely certain just yet. I want to get it all in the base black again. So it's like prime everything in black, hit everything with silver, get everything in black again, and then I can start masking everything off. Oh, other major update. I did this, which is the ammo cartridge. I shrunk it. So this is close to being the length it's supposed to be for the game. Just a little bit thick right here, but any more and I'm not really going to have any room to function at all. Plus I've already glued it together. So, and I modified the inside so that I can see all 10 of them in there again. Shortened the spring, took out the stops in the bottom, and it still holds together. Still holds 10 darts. It's pretty cool. I will have to do some grinding to clear out all that nonsense where, you know, all that is, because it's visible. So, and if I can, maybe I'll grind out the 01 right there. Just make it look all good. And then that will get all primed. Silver. The base of this is going to be that rubbed metallic look. So that's the thing. Is like half of this, so it'll be matte black by itself. That's mostly the rubberized stuff. If I could get more black rubber paint, I would. I would have to special order it. But like these, they're gonna be painted matte black, and then I'm gonna rub it all down with that gunmetal powder. Or if I have to, I will grind down pencils. You know, basically make myself some carbon powder. But I'm gonna get to that. I put the mask on because I was spraying and I breathed in so much crap yesterday. I'm already sweating. So waiting on black paint to heat up so then I can go do the first couple coats of black, and then after I get that done, I'll put the clear coat in there. I just clear coated this guy. Whoa, almost lost everything there. So I just clear coated the barrel. You see it's nice and shiny. So that way, when I take after it with, there's my timer, take after it with the sandpaper, and not sandpaper, the steel wool. So I gotta go get some Quad Zero steel wool and just lightly take off some of the black so I can reveal the silver. So, yay. Okay, so I still need to get these silver parts painted in black, but I've got this all done. I've got it screwed together temporarily so I can add the stripe up there, and you can see how it's turned out. You also see how the gun itself looks, just all blacked out. It looks pretty good. Same thing down there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and paint these so I can get all the black parts done for today. And then I'll add the stripe there. I have no idea what color I'll go with off the top of my head. Something lighter, but nothing too crazy. Or might go with a yellow, probably. Okay, so over the last few days I've made some incredible progress. So finished all of this part up, finished up the barrel, and included brushing down with some steel wool, which I now have steel wool shavings all over me, which is incredibly itchy. So basically trying to reverse dry brush things. Obviously I did all of this section. I'll post pictures. So one thing I still need to do, need to paint these dots. I need to paint the switch here and then brush it off. I also want to do a copper ring around inside there and then paint the bolts matte black. I think I'll go ahead and do all of them matte black, even the one up there. But one thing I'm digging here, so this was actually painted all matte black, and then I used just the weathering powder, the silver weathering powder, and brushed it back in there. And then with a little bit of the other stuff did that. I may have gone a little deep here with the other thing, but so far so good. I'm actually very, very pleased. Another thing I need to do, once again, still got steel wool all over this. So this section right here, I need to repaint. At least this part needs to be black. I think I'm gonna hit this with black and then silverize it like a lot, because this is supposed to be the slide. And then basically, like, I like what I did here. So this is the thing that ejects the bullets and stuff. So it's going to be a little bit dinged up. So, and that wasn't just matte black, and I rubbed it with the silver powder and then came through with the steel wool to knock down some of those edges. Don't want to go too deep or else I'll end up in orange territory. If I pull this off, I can brush this area a bit better with the steel wool, but I'll do that eventually. Did the same thing here. So once again, dots, switch, all need to be done. Another thing I did is, so this is meant to be a flashlight. So I picked up this tiny Energizer flashlight, and I gotta see if I can modify it to fit in there and then work off of the switch. So the main switch that operates everything is this. So when you pull that, the motor goes. This only needs 3 volts, which is 2 of those batteries. So if I basically bypass one just to borrow power to run this little guy, then I can have that plugged in there and have a working flashlight in there, which would be kind of cool if I'm honest. But you can see all the masking and stuff I did to make the battle damage. So this is something I could not avoid. Apparently I only put 1 coat of black on that and not even a coat of silver. So I need to just paint that over with some black and then leave it be. But so far, so very, very good. I do have the screws all in it just to see how it would hold together, and it's doing real good. So the goals for today is the modified thing here. So I've built up with some super glue and some baking soda to fill in holes. I'm going to grind all of this crap out and make it smooth. I've reinforced the outer edges here. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go get some gloves and go get gloves and my thing, and I'm going to sit outside to do it because I made such a big mess in here last time. But the flashlight thing, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping I can do it. Oh yeah, this guy. So one goal was to brush this and make it look like it's been around the block a little bit. Came out good. A few dinged up, worn edges. So it's pretty good. I wish I could make that light up, but that's not a good way, or it's not designed in such a way to do that. But here we go. Lots of grinding to do.